Yes, you didn't deserve it. But that robs you of power. Because what you're saying is that something can happen to you without your knowledge and you don't deserve it, so you're now just a... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another day in Andrew's life. Another feels like 100 million things have happened, yet somehow we've managed it all and somehow we've kept our diet on track. Welcome to me filming every day for the rest of my life. At the moment, the journey that we're in, the main focus is getting from this rig here to absolutely shredded, because it's been about 1.5 years and we've slowly crept on the weight and we don't look as good as we want to. So that's where we're at today. Second of all, it's tough because yesterday what I found out about myself has given me a lot of power. You know, if you've watched the last couple of videos, they've been a bit intense, but I found it out, and in that power I've realized that I can speak my truth. What I've been realizing is my strength is I do see things and problem solve really quickly and see areas of opportunity or solutions which other people don't necessarily see. But my plight is that once I see it, I don't really want to do much more about it. And, you know, it takes a lot of time and discipline for me to leash myself to the task at hand and to follow that solution through and have it complete. But we have a family chat going on in my family, and one of the partners is struggling. Basically, that person has had a separation at one time or another in her life, and this is her new relationship. And in that, she's struggling with the fact that the person that she's in a relationship with, although they're great and they have a family, he sometimes is still in touch with ex-partner with another one of his children. There's dogs barking. They heard me. Oh, so it's a fine thing, right? Relationships are fine. We get burnt, or as we call it, we get burnt from a situation, and then we go into our new situation, and what we do is we take the filter that we learned from our past and put it onto the future. And once we've put that onto the future, we then see everywhere danger based on what we saw from our past relationship happen. And I brought up a relatively uncomfortable conversation saying that we shouldn't discard people and we shouldn't discard exes just because they're exes. They're still humans. And when we've got kids involved, we need to not worry about our worries, but be courageous enough to be fearful that, you know, the ex may take him, or there might be a still love in there, and there's a place for us to still be how we are, with all the fears, with everything that goes through us, and still show up as a person that loves and is kind and respects all other human beings and doesn't let their trauma or their negative experiences in the past put onto other people. Now, it's easier said than done, but really, in every place of life, you have two options. Option number one, something bad happens. Option number one, something bad has happened. Your relationship, the person was a narcissist. The person had mental health problems. The person abused you. The person didn't abuse you. The person did something wrong by you. They didn't do something wrong with you, right? An event happens and we consider it bad. And it is very easy and very logical to be like, look, this person did bad. How horrible is it by this person? And because they're horrible or whatever they did, that's bad. And they are a bad person. And I'm going to be like, no, bad, right? Option number one. Now, option number two is option number one, when we see that person as bad, we think we're just labeling that person as bad, or that event as bad, or that event did wrong by me bad. But what we do is when we put a negative or any label on that thing, we then also, our brain goes, right, well, we don't want to experience that negative thing again. So what we do is we turn into our future, which hasn't happened, and we map out this potential threat, potential danger in order to protect ourselves from the event or the person that it transpired to from before. Let me say that slowly. So if we put a label on the person or event from the past, we then take that event and map it out across our future, and it looks like there's danger out there in the future. Yet the past has no correlation to the future. That event was a totally separate event and had nothing to do with our future. But our human instincts and our brains have been designed to detect threat. So when you burn yourself on a pan, right? Ow, 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 not going to do that again. For some reason, you don't need to touch every pan and see, oh, is that one hot as well? Is that one hot as well? We learn off our mistakes. So it is designed for us to be like, look, that was a hot pan, not going to touch it again. Don't touch all hot pans. But when we do things like events or relationships or people, you've all heard the people that like, nah, I don't like people that go to the gym, or I don't like arrogant people, or I don't like bankers, or I just want a man in finance, 6 funds. What are you doing there? You've basically seen something positive, put a label on it, and now you've mapped out your future and you're like, I'm just looking for that. That doesn't exist in the future. The future isn't real. It's fugazi, it's fucking fairy dust. Instead, option 2 is looking at event and going, right, the partner may have cheated on me. The partner did bad by me. The partner didn't treat me well. And you go, you know what? That was my choice. I chose that partner, and the treatment wasn't what I wanted. Maybe that treatment is perfect for somebody else. Maybe what they did is perfect for somebody else. Maybe that person is really struggling in their head and was dealing with their own stuff. We don't know, but we don't need to label it. We go, you know what? That was tough. That over there was tough. So I made the choice. I made the choice to stay, or I dated, or I did the event, I went to the event. And what I'm going to do in the future is I'm going to be more careful, or I may leave when I'm not happy, or I may leave when, what I do there is I'm trying to illustrate that I am taking full personal responsibility, seeing how I added to the situation. Now you can be like, Andrew, I got assaulted and I did nothing, and there's just nothing that I did to deserve it. And you'd be right? Hundreds of people, millions of people will say, yes, you didn't deserve it. But that robs you of power, because what you're saying is that something can happen to you without your knowledge and you don't deserve it, so you're now just a victim of your entire life. And you will be a victim in your entire life. You're a victim by labeling something that happened and that happened to you, and you can't do anything to stop it. Instead, you look at the event, you see how you contributed to, or how you could have done things differently for that event not to occur, and then you continue to have personal responsibility in that, and therefore your future isn't riddled with dangerous threats that you're trying to dodge, because you know you have personal power. You've made some assessment from past. You've decided that you're going to do something a bit different. You're going to show up a certain different. You're going to honor yourself in a different way. And therefore, it doesn't happen in your future. It may seem simple, this simple change. But this simple change is the difference between you continuing to have power in your life. And that power is, when no matter what happens, it doesn't kill you, it doesn't break you, it keeps you strong, it keeps you eloquent, it keeps you not hurting other people, it doesn't make you not love people, it doesn't make you like, yeah, they're so bad, and yeah, they're so bad. Well, they might be bad, but why were you there then? Oh, well, I just wanted somebody to love me. If they were so bad, why didn't you make them good? If they were so bad, there's hundreds of things that you could have done. If they were so bad, I just couldn't see it. Okay, why couldn't you see it? Because I was too worried about my own stuff and didn't really pay attention to person in the relationship. Oh, okay, perfect. So I, moving forward, will need to pay more attention to the people I'm in a relationship with. So if I see something that doesn't work for me, not bad, see something that doesn't align or work with me, I'll notice it early and be able to stop that relationship in its tracks before it becomes too hurtful. I say this with a bit of energy, with a bit of prowess, because it's so important. Most people think you need kilos and kilos of information. But sometimes just the tiny mental model right there, just to think about something a little bit differently, and your entire life motherfucking changes. This is one of those things. I hope you're having a great day. If you need to rewatch this, rewatch it. Because things that are large or simple concepts actually take a while to think about and to be able to actually understand it fully. And when you do think you've understood it, go and apply it in your life. Go and apply it to your past relationships. Go and apply it to your past experiences. Maybe you'll see something for yourself that is not so shit and will regain power. Why do people in religion forgive another? They literally say, you know what? I forgive you, as in, I am not blaming you anymore. I am taking responsibility for my life. That is what religion is. Religion is set up like this. Not the bullshit religion of who the fuck do you believe in. But it literally says, hey, have family values, forgive, meaning don't hold on and don't blame other people. It's all in there. You just don't need religion for it. Just a few mental models and you'll be motherfucking right. Have a beautiful fucking day.